Hi guys and welcome to my review of Haikyuu chapter 249, Cacophony versus Silence, was it? Or and Silence or something like that. I really love the title of this chapter. After I'd researched what the fuck cacophony meant, because I was like, what the heck is that? If you don't know what that means, if you're like me and you were like, what? Or maybe it's just like a common knowledge word, I don't know. But if you don't know, it means like a distortion of sound, which it really goes well with the ending of the chapter, because you have an kind of like an outward strategy of Inarizaki, because during their serves, they want the crowd to be completely silent. Like you have, I was about to say Mia, but obviously it's Mia. Mia Atsumu, when he goes on, like, it's like he goes on to serve like a conductor, and you have the crowd and their school cheering, and he just goes, and they go completely silent. Like, I could just picture that in my mind so clearly. Because you just have like the going, and like the transition of how that was drawn as well, with you have like the four not panels, but like four figures of him just walking, so you can like see that he walks slowly, and you just have the focus on his hand going like that, and then the entire crowd is just silent. And with the first spike, you have those two girls cheering for him, and he just gets super angry. And then for the second one, there's total silence. I thought that was so intimidating to read, and that's like in the manga. Imagine how that's gonna be in the anime. I'm just like, wow. And then when you had Karasuno serve, like I think it's Asahi's who serves first, they're like their cheerleaders and their school and just the crowd in general is so fired up, and they're so loud, and it's probably gonna be like not a very incoherent sound as well, because it's just like cheers from all over. So their strategy is to distort Karasuno's sense of their concentration and stuff like that, because they're so loud and incoherent in comparison to what they were when obviously they were serving. And you're allowed to do that because, as the girl said, you can cheer while they play. That's something they've seen on TV. But if you control the sound and silence of the room, you really have the you have the fuck is it called? The momentum, because you can control the atmosphere, and that's just really cool. And I really like it. And going a little further into the match, we have the commentators again talking about Mia Atsumu. I need to give them other names and just taking their full names, but you have Atsumu being hyped up as the best setter in Japan, like in the high school thing, of course. But they also talk about Kageyama, how he's like an upcoming player. He's really good. He was also picked out for the youth intensive training camp, whatever it was called. So he's on the spotlight as well. So even though Mia is this really good setter, Kageyama is not entirely behind. So it's really good to have that from the get-go, because the way that Inarizaki and Karasuno have been set up is really with Karasuno as the dark horse and just like them having no chance. But for the mangaka to just remind us that Karasuno is a strong team, and also with Takeda-sensei in the beginning saying no one thought you would win against Shiratoriza, yet you did. So go out there and surprise the crowd again. I just really like that, because Karasuno is far from a weak team. Like, they're probably not at the best they're gonna be in this series, but they're definitely not weak. They just have a weak reputation. Because I think some people, not necessarily you guys, but some people, I believe, which is then useless, because if it's not you guys, then it doesn't matter that I make this argument. But I think some people might think that if Karasuno wins this match, which I'm definitely sure of that they will at this point, again, you can't just touch this, but let's assume that they're gonna win. A lot of people will think that win is kind of bullshit, especially if they lose later on, because Inarizaki is this really great team that's supposed to be the favorites, but you can't always count on that. So yeah, it would, yeah, just having the standard from the get-go being that Karasuno isn't the difference in strength isn't as big as you might think that it is. Also because the school that Karasuno played in the first match, like they weren't that big of a deal. Like they were probably so strong, but they weren't like in the grand scheme of things, they weren't that big of a deal. So Karasuno hasn't really had a chance at this stage to prove themselves until this moment. So yeah, sure, they beat Shura Torizawa, but that just means that they're strongest in their prefecture. It doesn't necessarily mean they're big enough to stand this stage, because everyone who's here is the best in their prefecture, or at least in the like top 3. Like in Tokyo they have 3 representatives. So yeah, I think it's important to think that Karasuno is definitely not a weak team, even though Inarasaki probably at their base level is better, but they're probably also a little arrogant, so yeah. I forgot what my next point was. Oh yeah, Hinata. Right, the main character. I really liked his his little scene of finally having, or not finally, but having like a really great jump and then forgetting to spike. That's such a Bokuto thing, and I just really like it. I said last time in a comment, I think it was, or I don't know if I said it in the video, but I said that, yeah, I think it was in a comment, like why I want Fukurodani to win, like the entire thing, and I think, I'm just gonna repeat that comment, because I said it would be really great for for Fukurodani to win, because that would further the importance and the significance of having been able to train with these guys on a regular level, because we've had like 4 or 5 training camps with them, even though we've only really seen 2 of them, but we've had 4 or 5 training camps with these guys, and we know that Hinata has learned a lot from Bokuto, like with the rebound and the feint, and so it's really great to see like Hinata's kind of going in Bokuto's footsteps, because he's the same kind of player that he is. So for Bokuto and his team to win this time around would be kind of foreshadowing that Hinata could eventually become that as well. Of course, I don't believe that he'll become Bokuto exactly, because Bokuto is also the captain of his team, and Hinata is my the last first year I'd imagine as the captain. For me it goes Yamaguchi, Tsukishima, Kakeyama, Hinata. So everyone has to die for Hinata to become captain of the team. Yeah. So yeah, I thought that was really good. It was very, like, it was a very clear Bokuto reference, I felt like. So yeah, the further Fukurodani gets in this tournament, the more, the better I think it is, just for the parallel between those 2 characters. Now, I also have a question for you guys, because in the manga stream translation, and I don't know what translation you guys use, but if you use any other translation, in the introduction to the different teams, you have, obviously you have Daichi being introduced as a team captain, and then you have Ojiro of the other team introduced as the court captain. Someone tell me what the heck that difference is, because I used half an hour on Google trying to figure out what the heck the difference was, but there's no such thing as a court captain as far as I could, like, see anywhere. So if any of you know, please tell me the difference, or is it just like, yeah, I don't even know what the difference should be. Like, I'm so confused. Someone please tell me. Because I ended up just reading all about what the team captain and their responsibilities are, and what their abilities are, like what they can do that's different from other players, which is super interesting, because I didn't know half the shit that it said. But what the heck is a court captain? I'm like so confused. But yeah, I thought this chapter was really great, especially getting into the second half of it. Especially with the things that I said in the beginning with the spike, not the spike, this serve, and with the Bokuto parallel at the end. I just thought that was really good. So yeah. Also, I'm really excited to see this animated because of their new uniforms. I don't think I mentioned that last time about their them having to go from black to orange because Inarizaki is black. I thought that was really cool, because you'll see often in sports matches that people or teams will have to change their colors because the opponent you're playing are the same colors as you usually are, something like that. Like, for example, I watch, I think, is it called handball? It sounds so stupid, but handball. And usually Denmark is white with like red stripes. scattered around. But sometimes when we're playing like people who wear white, we have to wear red, and then I just get so confused. So yeah, but I think it's really cool because orange is not like a theme that I think would fit like characters like Daichi Asuka. But I really want to see Noya in black, so yeah. I think it's really cool to have them change colors and for that to be a thing that the manga remembered is a thing. But yeah, they should definitely, that's maybe another thing that that contributes to me thinking that they'll win, because I feel like if they win the whole thing or lose at some point, they should wear their colors when their fate is decided. So yeah, they can't win the finals in orange, and they can't lose unexpectedly in orange. It's just my position, because it feels wrong. You'd want to be their deciding match to be in their actual colors. So yeah, I think that's overall what I have to say. I'm just like slowly going through the chapter here, which is why I'm not looking at the camera just to see if I forgot anything. But yeah, it does end with Hinata and them just being slightly casual, slightly concerned about him being, or concerned, what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? I'm sorry for swearing so much. They're being cautious, that's the word I'm looking for. And I like that Atsumu is comparing him, or at least his attitude, to Kageyama's, because they're very free in what they do. And they're just experts at what they do as well, and they make a good combo, as they're probably about to find out. So yeah, I think that's what I have to say about Haikyuu for now, at the very least. I'm holding a little bit back with like random knowledge and random opinions that I have, because I'll scatter those out throughout videos, so you have to watch all my videos to catch them all. I'm just joking, you can just ask me if there's anything you want to know, like preferences, I don't know. I don't know how much of, like, how big of stalkers that you guys are, so how big of stalkers? How mouth doesn't work. I'm blaming it on this illness that I'm probably about to go down with, because I don't know if you can hear it, but my throat is like killing me. I'm just like coughing all the time. If there are a lot of jump cuts, it's just because I'm coughing. See? So yeah, you can leave a thumbs up on the video if you like anything that I have to say. Leave in the comments below what you thought of this chapter, and you can subscribe if you want to see more. Until next time, bye!